Welcome to another episode of Guys and Goals. Today's topic, Arsene Wenger. Should he stay or should he go? Well, been a lot of banter amongst Arsenal fans about Arsene Wenger. Some of the decisions he's made in the last 7 odd years have been very questionable. So a lot of people still sticking with him, of course, as you would do. A lot of loyal fans, but quite a big number, which is slowly increasing, I believe, are saying his time might be up. So we're just going to talk about Arsene Wenger and say how relevant is he today for Arsenal. Arsene Wenger, should he stay or should he go?
Well, I think in 2005, Arsene Wenger had a near-death experience. And in that near-death experience, he made a promise to God. And he said he's going to focus more on his spiritual relationship with him and put less time into Arsenal. Because I think that's clearly what's happened. Honestly, I don't think he cares anymore.
That was random.
I don't think he cares. Very random, but you know what, am I lying? Post 2005, what the hell? What the hell? No, I'm gonna go because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Bro, how many years are we talking since Arsenal has done anything? To be honest, like that's the way we're gonna put it. Obviously, one trophy is what everyone says, but since Arsenal have really done anything substantial,
this is how we're gonna understand it. How old were you in 2005?
I was 15 years old. 15 years old.
If you were say 14, I was 16. How old are you?
16, 17, 18, 19.
You were 19.
Yeah,
And I was 19.
19.
And David? What?
14.
14, pretty much same age. We were babies.
Yeah.
We were kids.
Young,
we were clueless.
Young bloods.
We were still watching friggin' Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
And what's the other one?
Sister.
Bosingo and Ed
And what's the one that goes, hey guys, what a wonderful day to
Arthur.
Oh, friggin' Arthur, man.
Let's get on topic. I'm just gonna put it out there. His name just sounds like the club. Arsenal. A lot of people. I think a lot of people say he should be the manager because his name sounds like the club. I don't know. I think generally, I see managers coming and going in Chelsea and lots of other clubs, and it's not a good thing. I wouldn't like to see managers come and go in a club that I kind of like. But I really think he's on such thin ice. He's been doing some very stupid things. Okay, most recent one. So okay, selling Van Persie. I think it's kind of okay. Whether Van Persie wanted to go himself, Wenger's driven these top players, Fabregas, the Nasris, the Van Persies, to want to leave because obviously I think Wenger does not see trophies as important as the way Alex Ferguson does. I think in Wenger's head, money. Yeah, probably money and trophies.
Yeah, but here's the question. I mean, to be honest, how much does Wenger really have to spend? I mean, we're looking at teams like Man City now who have just acquired, you know, Abu Dhabi money, you know what I mean, and Chelsea who, you know, got Roman Abramovich in, and Manchester United, you know, they're not spend crazy, but they're always financially stable. Yeah, Liverpool always can spend good money, you know, even Tottenham can spend good money. So Arsene Wenger, often we've known Arsenal to be the club who They do bring in good finance. I mean, Emirates is a great investment, but in terms of actually putting money down on transfers, Arsenal haven't been the richest club out there. And so has Wenger not been successful for the players that he's been able to acquire?
Well, I think, yes, he has. Not successful to win trophies, but successful in terms of consistency and keeping up with the competition. But looking at this from another viewpoint, David Dein, that was a big loss for Arsenal. David Dein understood Arsenal. He wasn't like all these other foreign investors who come in and see business opportunity. You know, Stan Kroenke, you know, people say, yeah, he's a nice guy, but does he really understand Arsenal? Yeah, I remember the days when Arsenal were called the Arsenal. Now they're just Arsenal. You know what I mean? David
Probably
Dein,
Shabak's fault, just put it out there.
Everything is Shabak's fault. But, I mean, David Dein, he understood Arsenal. He would have never allowed Van Persie to come in with just 1 year of his contract being left. He would have tied him down 18 months ago. He would have tied him down to a contract that says Van Persie's going to stay with us for the next 3-4 years, and these are players, and we want to fight for trophies, and we need players like you to stick around so we can attract more people. And I bet we've got like
I want to ask a question though. Why do you think these players are leaving?
The players that leave are very good players that make the headlines. Yeah. And why are good players leaving? Are they leaving because they're not getting paid enough? Actually, that's another point. Money's not great at Arsenal, and a lot of these players are coming to the peak of their career. Fabregas, Nasri, Van Persie, they want to win trophies. Trophies is important. The way Wenger does not see trophies, he sees a finance as the most important. These players don't really care about the finance because they're going to get their pay packet. So the club's financial security means nothing to Van Persie because he's always, Arsenal's not a poor club, he's always going to get his paycheck. So the next best thing is trophy success, something to show for it. And I think it's not so much that we need to be spending Man City money because we can't. I'm not saying Wenger needs to go and spend millions and millions. Sometimes his decision making is shockingly bad for somebody who's in the top 5. A few examples. Man City, I think it was a semi-final or quarter-final, I think it was Carling Cup or FA Cup, one of the two which they beat us. He played like Shamak, I said his name so many times, but he's played Shamak over Van Persie. He rested Van Persie to play in the Premier League, which obviously they should have known they were not going to win, and they did draw that game. Why not play the best striker in the Premier at the time against a strong Man City side? But no, he played, and we could have actually beat Man City that day and maybe gone forward to the FA Cup, or I think it was Carling Cup. Yeah, we could have probably gone forward and maybe had a good chance. We're good enough to win Carling Cup. But why would you rest your best player, top scorer, against Man City, a strong team, and they're going to play him in the Prem, which you're not going to win the Prem, and then go and draw then anyway?
Here's the question though. I mean, we're talking about a lot of stuff about Wenger's decision making and stuff like this. I mean, are these crucial decisions coming from the top? Because, like you said, David Dean knew the players. He knew he wouldn't have allowed people like Van Persie to leave and stuff like this. So now we've seen a change from the executive board. Is this what's affecting these players? Maybe so, maybe not, because we've seen players leave in the past when David Dean's been in charge. So you saying Van Persie, he wouldn't have allowed. Well, okay, to be honest, no, to be honest, I mean, the players that have left Arsenal in the last 5 to 6 years has pretty much been Arsenal's team.
Yeah, we put up a graphic of the players that have left. As you can see, it's quite shocking. Those players there are probably good enough to really give Real Madrid a run for their money, can hurt Barcelona. Those players there, that's a real squad of some brilliant players. And to let all of those go since, I believe, about 2004, that they all left, 2005, 2004. Some of the world's best players at the time, and shocking.
In Arsene Wenger's defence, I would have to say that he hasn't splashed out a lot of money on big players and stuff like that. But what he has done is brought in a lot of financial stability for the club. You know that Arsenal are going to be fine as long as he's there.
Yeah.
You know that they're not going to crumble like Liverpool have crumbled as long as he's there. He's always made sure that you lot are competing in every trophy, and he gives you lot hope.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He does give you hope.
It's
frustrating.
And he brings. You haven't got the best players in the world, fair enough, but he always finish in top 4.
Yeah. Here's the question. I mean, I know it's a frustrating thing, and then guys, you know, it would be great if you guys could give us your comments on this. But you know, for Arsenal fans, you know, I think what they're starting to get fed up with is the fact that they're always hearing about the fact that there's a lot of money generated in the club that Arsene Wenger is supposedly bringing in, but they're not seeing any of this money being resembled in the transfer market. You know, you brought in Podolski and Cazorla and Giroud this season, which, you know, good 3 solid players. Are they going to help Arsenal challenge for the league? Who knows? But this is what Arsenal fans want. They want trophies after 8 years, and they want to be able to challenge for the league. Maybe 4th spot or 3rd spot is no longer acceptable.
Money speaks, and so does trophies.
Yeah.
And Arsenal ain't giving their players either of that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't even think Wenger really, what's his motive? At the beginning of the season, what's his objective?
His motive is to build for the future and build a stable.
It's gonna be.
Bearing in mind, you said his motive is to build for the future. We probably you know, as onlookers of football would have said this about 5 years ago. Okay, no, Wenger's building for the future after 3 years of a drought. No, don't worry, Wenger's building for the future. 5 years on from that, where is the future of Arsenal? We're looking at this current squad, and it just seems like he's just revamped Arsenal. He's just gone and sold Van Persie,
that's not building.
Alex Song, you know, and then it looks like, you know what I mean, Almunia's gone now. Whether he was a good keeper or not, you're just constantly taking away your spine. You've got Almunia, you've got Alex Song, you've got Van Persie. This is a spine of Arsenal, you know, and he's constantly changing the spine, and eventually the team around it.
Why do you say Almunia?
Well, you know,
he was the main keeper.
He was the main keeper. I know he wasn't.
It was crap.
I know
not bad. He still was part of the squad.
But the problem is, if you keep changing these players, if you keep changing them around, then there's never going to be any, you know, real heart in the team where other players can come in. Carl Jenkinson doesn't know what he's doing.